Hello everyone. So today here we're looking at experiment number 3, plotting root locus of the given transfer function using MATLAB. Now here we have the theory part, and below there is the code for finding the root locus. Now I've copied this code into MATLAB and I'll show you how it looks. So here is the code in MATLAB. Now see, it's similar to the previous experiments that we have done, that is experiment 1 and 2. So here we are starting defining numerator and denominator, and here we are finding the transfer function using these values, storing it in system variable, similar to what we have done earlier. Now here we are using two variables, OLZ and OLP, which stand for open loop zeros and open loop poles of numerator and denominator respectively, and we are finding the roots using the function root here. Now we are initializing the y coordinate with 0 0 0 value, and here we need to find the locus, right? So what we'll do, we are using four different values, k1, k2, k3, k4, storing these four values in a single variable k, as we can see here. And this is in form of a wait, let me execute this, you'll know. So here we can see that the value of k has been placed in for k1, k2, k3, k4, and columns 8731 through 8733. So we have these many columns and rows. Now we are using these functions that already exist in MATLAB. Close all, this is used to to close all the figures that are there. So let's suppose I'm working on some figure and I use this function. Now let me give you an example. So if I do plot 1 comma 1, so here there is a graph open, right? This is a figure that is open. Now if I click on close all or execute this, so this will get closed. Now this is how it functions. So now let's move ahead. R is equal to R locus of numerator, denominator, and K returns the matrix R of complex root locations. Okay, so here we are using the function R locus to find the root locus, and we are storing it in value R. Okay, let's execute this. So it has been executed. Now we point at this, we can see that R is a complex double variable of size 8733 into 3, because here we can see there are three variables that we've used in the R locus function. Now hold on function is basically, now if there exists a figure and we want to add more onto that particular figure, we need to use this function hold on, otherwise it will disappear. So here we'll call this, and here using the plot function we are plotting the root locus with solid line. So here this plot function already exists in MATLAB. We are using the value R to produce the chart, and this hyphen represents solid line. Okay, so let's run this. Now here we can see this is the root locus for these values that we've used. And this v is a variable in which we are storing the limits of the graph. So limits, by limits I mean the x scale and y scale. We need to define the limits, right? So we'll store the values in v, and then we'll use the function axis to execute these limits. Now we can see that the limits have changed from -6 to 0.5 as we have mentioned here, and from -1 to 1 on the y-axis. Now using plot again, we'll be plotting open loop zeros and open loop poles. Okay, so open loop zeros in the graph, once we plot these, you'll be able to see 0 and crosses as we have defined here, 0 and x. So let's see. Okay, here it is. Now we can see 0, the circle is here and the crosses are at 3 places, 1 2 3 here. And now this another two plot function that we have used. This is for plotting the x-axis and y-axis. So for us, this is the x-axis and y-axis will be about this point. Let's do this. So here you can see that this is the x-axis and this is the y-axis. Now we'll use the function hold off, so this will release the handle from the graphic window. Okay, it's done, but we cannot really visually see it. And these are three another functions that is a parameter to the figure that we have shown: title, x label and y label. So as we can see, there is no label here as of now, but once we execute this with these values, we can see that x-axis we have real axis, y-axis we have imaginary axis, and title we have root locus of this transfer function. That's it. Thank you.